everybody. Let's see. Everything's looking good. We're back. Wednesday night live stream for the Love of Creativity. Me, Colorful Carl. I'm going to finish up this piece I've been working on for the past couple weeks. Finish up is probably a lofty goal. I'm in no hurry, as you can tell by not even starting the stream on time. I'm just feeling real casual with it right now. So, uh, also can't find my markers. So, give me a second. There we go. So I don't know if I'm gonna do any paintbrush at all tonight. I think we're gonna switch over to watercolor pencils and markers. So anyhow, colorfulcarl.com. Check out my website. You can check out all the cool shit I do. I'm in the Graphic Artists Guild. I'm out here fighting for artists' rights all the time in the age of AI and copyright infringement and all the things. And part of that journey is always me exploring and understanding the technology. So if you've been on my stream a while, you've seen me use some of this technology and have a better, deeper understanding of it. But yeah, I'm painting and drawing and doing all the things, doing lots of digital art over the years. Really focused on this physical art piece for this past couple weeks, which has been pretty fun. And I don't know about this fucking Pink Panther vibe music, so. All right, that's weird to be on the same playlist. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, that's a little better, I guess. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna keep working on my piece tonight. I don't even know if I've posted updates anywhere. Let's see here. Don't mind that. That code was already utilized anyway. Gotta be careful what I just whip up on the live stream. Okay, so here's an image from the week prior. And I didn't post last week's image. Maybe I should post that while I'm chilling, waiting for people to show up. Let's get in the Discord. I guess I gotta come up with a good name for what I actually want people to call these things. Tree face? Cool. Oh, I didn't. I'm gonna save that in the old. Oh, I was gonna pull it from Discord. There we go. That'll work. Boom. So we'll do. So we'll create a new folder over here for reference images. Means that all this other shit can be process shots. Check it out. Alright, so we started. Let's see, how's this work? So that was the first day of sketching, more or less. And then we worked into that. So it went from this to that to something. I don't know why they're not thumbing through an order, but went from here to here to here. So probably trim those up, make those little transitions easier. But yeah, let's flip the script and let's go. Physical art scene activated. Man, this it's getting a little ghibli over here. Let me secure this a little better. I didn't realize how loosey goosey it had gotten over the past week. I am kind of rough on this desk and just throw myself around on it a lot. So. Oh, there we go. It was like super loose. Oh, wow. I probably did that being a meathead. 1 second, friends. Technical difficulties over here on my lighting camera configuration. Just having some fun. I think it was a mess. I must have like used it for a handle for something, like to just grab the whole stand and pull myself on my chair at some point. That wouldn't be an impossible meathead thing of Carl for me to do. I do tend to do that kind of unconscious thing from time to time. Alright, so how exciting. I usually do this before the stream so you guys don't have to see me fumble around with this camera for however long it takes. So it's definitely not all on frame. So let's go up and then back over. A really serious gooseneck thing on this thing. So that's almost off the bottom. I feel like that's pretty close. That'll do. It's almost perfect, actually. Let's go. Get the camera adjusted so you can see all the stupid faces I make when I'm concentrating. Alright. Hope everyone's having a lovely week. And if you're enjoying this not live, hope you're having a lovely day or existence on planet Earth, whatever's going on. Cool. So, let's get some dark greens in. Let's just go bold or go home. Yeah, starting to do a little thing. Some brown in here. Probably didn't need brown on that part, but it's alright. Not even on camera. Sorry about that, friends. Toxic, what up, what up? I'm doing good, brother. Cannot complain. Thank you for stopping in, sir. Got any cool video work or anything you're doing? Toxic, you should tell some of your friends to come watch me sometime. Come hang out, ask questions, interact in the stream. I've got to like reboot my whole base. Like I was getting like 100 people on the show for a while, and I quit for a few months, and now I got to restart, which is fine. It took way too long to get there, so. I think I'm actually going to switch to like a daytime stream in the near future. Maybe just doing art while I'm on like LinkedIn and just chatting people up. Thought maybe I merged I have my podcast where we talk about art and creativity, and so maybe there's a world where I can smash them into one show, do it live on LinkedIn, and get some real traction while making art. I don't know, it sounds a little crazy at the same time, so. But that is a vibe I'm familiar with. The crazy vibe. Sticker on your cup. I gave you a sticker? What, a grow sticker, I think? Or, yeah, or, not grow. Epic made? Oh, you're alright, dude. The podcast is, it's a lot. There's a lot of cool shit that goes on in the podcast. I just shot my, I don't know, episode, I think it was 130 I shot this week, yesterday. I don't know, something like that. Maybe 131. Lots of episodes for sure. I didn't turn any of my cool lights on. Cool. Now they are on. Probably can't even tell because it's so bright out. It's crazy. I used to start this show so late. Like, I think like 10 o'clock was when I used to start. I was also in my 30s still. Probably made a difference. So I'm just trying to get some shadows in here and sort of just making them play into the textures that I've already established in the background with the different pieces of bark. It's gonna be a fun time-lapse video when I finally finish this piece. I've never recorded my whole process of a physical piece of art. Only digital. This is new. And physical's so much slower. Um, but that's okay because I'm just here to have fun. My wife reminded me that earlier. Like, aren't you just doing this for fun? Well, I keep trying to turn it into something else. I've struggled with this. I talk about it a lot, probably. Like, I don't know, the business mind of me feels like everything needs to be, like, monetized and systemized and building a brand, and it's like, maybe I should just fucking chill the fuck out and have some fun, you know? Maybe that's the secret. Maybe that could just be the whole purpose of this show indefinitely. Wouldn't that be nice? Love this 80s electronic pop, whatever. It's a whole vibe for sure. Did you say something to me, babe? Oh, I'm just drawing, man. Yeah. Just my buddy Toxic's on. He's checking in. Yeah, doing good. Thank you for asking. And for the builds is coming streaming also, it's an art. Something's got some sticker I'm gonna have to go look for next to and introduce some new people. Not gonna lie. This being said, there's the only official leak knowing of what's soon to come. By the way, oh, I lost it. Oh no, it blocked you, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know how to undo that. You gotta give it a minute. For sure, man, but definitely just having fun. Oh, it's all good, bro. I don't know why I think there's like a timing release. I'm not worried about it, dude. Ain't it? If you were like dominating the conversation, but there is no one else, so like you're good. So I think I'm gonna have like a major light coming this way. Yeah. See if I got a darker green I can layer in there. That is peacock blue. I don't need to do no peacocking tonight. That is Copenhagen, which I assume is also a blue. No, but you're good, man. That's an automated spam thing. I didn't put you on blast like that. I'm happy to have you chat as much as you want. I wonder what mint green looks like on here. That's kind of neat. I struggle with maintaining a great playlist, but this will work, I guess. There we go. That's more my vibe, I think. For now, for the first couple chords. It looks like we got a little green in here, mixing in with the brown. Not bad. Thank you, Toxic. Yeah, I'm just adding in lines and detail and sort of letting it evolve. I don't know. Try not to overthink it. Especially I already got like all the hard shit done. It's gonna be. I'm hoping I get this finished by into next month. That'll be 10 years since the old man's been gone. And the whole reason I started this stream, and the only reason I love making art, is because my dad got me into it, and I just took from there, which is super fucking cool. And I don't know if my dad got me into it, he just did art actually. And I just was like, hey, that's cool. I like art. And eventually just became an artist. And here we are, all these years later. Middle-aged man making art. I think if I hit the underneath of these leaves with some green. My ADD is on full tilt tonight, friends. And watch me. But that's the cool thing about art. Like, it's fine. I don't need to focus in one spot. I can just bounce around the whole fucking thing and do little pieces wherever I want. And just be ADD. It doesn't make any difference. Sorry, I just knocked my little fan over. Oh, I bought a really fancy Prismacolor color pencil sharpener that I should be utilizing. Enjoy my bookshelf for a moment. It's fancy and it's super sharp and it uh, sharpens your pencil if you just stick your pencil in it and twist it. But it's really like the sharpness and like the design's nice, got a nice grip to it. You can twist it pretty nice. And you're less likely to get like a herky jerky movement and break your lead. So, or your whatever, I don't know. Since it's not lead, is it still lead if your pencil is a wax based watercolor something or another? Would you still call it lead? That's the existential question of tonight's live stream. What would you call the center of a Prismacolor pencil? So I think what I'll do once I'm done with this piece is redo it from one of the middle stages digitally, or maybe even take it like from the end and just like, all right, now how can I make this into something else now digitally? Keep it evolving. The experiments will continue. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a little bit of water so I can blend. Maybe not stick my tongue on the the lead. Enjoy the bookshelf again. So the magic around like the fact that I'm doing this with all the different watercolor mediums is that like when I start adding water to them at any point, I can blend them all in. So that's kind of cool. I've never seen anyone do it this way, so there's probably a reason for that. I don't care. I like experimenting, carving my own path, which usually involves making a lot of mistakes and doing stupid things, but it's part of the process, the creative exploration. Let's see now if I can manage to not dip my pencil or pen into my actual drinking water. That'll be the win for the evening. So here we go. Get back in here. Let me grab a little brush. Let's see, what am I working with here? Something tiny and precise. Got all these great brushes from, I think most of them from Five Below. Just grab some shit and go, you know? Doesn't gotta be fancy, you don't gotta spend a bunch of money on anything to make art. Make art with some mud in your fingers on a wall. Some charcoal, cave paintings. Yeah, see how it's like just looks good after you get the blend going? I might cheat at the end and layer in some acrylic, maybe even some some other types of markers. What do we got? What up, Ryan? Tales of Valhalla. Welcome back, bro. Let's see. Renegade is releasing G.I. Joe video tomorrow on the YouTube. Let's go. Yeah, how are you, Carl? I'm doing good, Ryan. How are you, buddy? Um, yeah, failure is your best teacher, and failing to keep my wet paint-covered brush out of my water would would be a tremendous failure. But yeah, Ryan, I'm doing good, man. I'm just working, always working too much, but can't complain too much either, because life is good, and I have a lot of amazing things to be grateful for, including the fact that I have too much work to do all the time, which is probably, at least in part, due to me signing up to do too much shit all the time. But can only fix one problem at a time in my life, and I don't know if I'll ever fix that one. Meanwhile, I just signed up to be the CEO of another company as well, in addition to it's a video game development platform called Playground. We're still in the early stages, but it's really cool. We have a working demo where you can basically just go in, grab a bunch of assets, and build a game right on the platform. It's all web-based. You can kind of just, we've got a lot of like setup things that you can just build out a city really fast and then customize it based on your needs. It's actually really cool, and I'm kind of hyped to see what happens when we take it to market. So I'm working on that. Epic Made's doing really well. We've got some great pitches out. I can't talk about them right now, unfortunately, but some really cool things in the works. A couple of my long-time fun favorite brands in the video game space. We just finished up a piece of work. We finished up something. We got to do something for Lord of the Rings finally, which was fucking incredible. Like, that's definitely one of my favorite brands. Circle of Conflict board game that's coming out. We made a little trailer for them, and that was really fun. So you guys could probably see, if you look up Circle of Conflict Lord of the Rings board game, you'll be able to see that, and it's going to be quite a cool game. 10 out of 10 recommend you guys get that when it releases soon. I put some new things on the camera so I can adjust. I could set it up to like auto frame me and stuff. I just feel like that's like weird. Every time I'm like talking to someone with an auto frame on, it's like always like moving around and shit. It's almost more distracting than it is helpful. It's definitely more distracting than it is helpful. Well, the first couple times I saw it, I was like, oh man, that's fancy. And now I'm just like, I'm annoyed. Oh, the struggles of being on video chats all day, every day since 2020. It's getting a little crazy over here. A little too muddy. Where's my blender stick? There we go. Get a little water on my blender stick. Oh, cool. I like how that works. I think I'd rather use a smudge stick. It's got this brown shit on it. I'm gonna shave it down with my pencil shaver. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, no worries, Ryan. Gotta definitely always love on your kid. Your kid needs love. Always make time for that. And good night hugs are priceless. 7 is a sweet age, man. My kid just hit the I'm bigger than you phase of his childhood, which is a wild ass journey. Like, it's so wild. I don't even know what to say about that. He's like literally like looks me straight eye level. This is strange. I wasn't ready for it. Alright, so I'm fucking this up, which I guess isn't the end of the world, but let's fill that back in a bit with the proper colors and textures, which is going to be difficult since the base of that was from my paint. Yeah, damn. Yeah, no worries, Toxic. Yeah, I'm really glad to see both you guys out tonight. I was just being dumpy to my wife, like, no one even comes out anymore. Like, why am I doing this? And she reminded me, it's for the love of creativity, Carl, not if people show up or not. I was like, alright, fine. And here we are. People showed up, and I'm having fun, enjoying my creativity. The win-win. Ryan, is my message on the like Brian and Toxic? Did you guys both like remember the stream because I made the post on my Discord? So I'm thinking about just like maybe I should put some more attention into that and stop like trying to. I tried to like promote in a bunch of other places, and maybe that's the spot where I just like lean into that. Yeah, you're right, Toxic. I won't give up, and I don't know what would giving up even be like. This is just, it's yeah, like I love doing art, and if I don't do the live stream, I don't really do art. Like, although I did do some cool shit for, I wish I could show you guys it. I can't even really mention the pitch. There's a very well-known video game franchise that we just helped collaborate on a pitch with, and it was exciting and it could come to market. But I actually did some work on it. And I came up with some really cool concepts and collaborated with the team. And we like got it done over the weekend. It was like felt like the good old days when I was on the art team at my company. I'm no longer on the art team in my company. It doesn't usually work out where it makes sense for me to pull up Photoshop and get to work. But it did this weekend. It was awesome. Well, that's awesome, Toxic. I appreciate that. So I didn't even know YouTube had a reminder thing set up. Somebody on my team probably did that for me at some point. Had a couple people help me out with the stream over the years. Jesus, see. Laundry day.
Yeah.
Kid just rolled through with the most epic pile of laundry you've ever seen. Proud of you, Zarek. Not making me go do that. Get it out of your room.
What's that?
So I'm proud of you not making me have to come get it out of your room.
Hey.
Some grown middle young adult behavior. I love it. I don't know, a lot of extra adjectives in there, but I think we're all on the same page. Ooh, I think I like the brown as a shadow of it. There's a little character in there. Where's my dark green? Dark green. Activate. Huh? He don't know what he's doing. That dog don't know what he's doing. He's sort of loosely conscious still. I got a really old dog that's like sort of just a shell and sometimes sort of aimlessly wanders and takes a dump wherever he's at. Welcome to the live stream.
Ping my phone for me real quick.
Yeah. You want to ping my phone? I don't even know where mine is.
I don't know where mine is either. How do you expect me to figure out where your phone is when I can't even find mine?
Yeah, why don't you see if mom can ping your phone? I literally don't know where my phone is. Whatever. I don't need to know where my phone is. I'm live streaming. Thanks, babe. Dude, but you're right, Toxic. I am just out here having fun, and that's the most important thing. And the wife has stated the same thing. She's unequivocally one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. Yeah, so I probably should just listen. We still get some views, and I feel like there's even if I'm just, inspiring you, uh, Toxic. Maybe Ryan a little bit too. Ryan's been doing this thing longer than me in terms of like creating content and live streaming. This guy's been out here repping a game. He was making content for a game that had been gone, out of production for 10 years, like a part of the cult community. And then like got it, then it was part of it, I mean more or less was part of it, making sure it got revitalized by, continuing to support and be a part of that community. And now he's getting paid to make content for that community, doing amazing stop motion animations. Super proud of that guy. Talk about just dedication to a thing. And it came together for him. And we even got to work on a piece, more or less because of his connection. So, I mean, not more or less, basically, he made the intro, so that was cool. So shout out to Tales from Valhalla over there. You can check him out. His channel's amazing, and the board game he reps and does content on is called Heroescape, and it's an incredible board game, sort of like a 3D battle mini game crossover with like Magic the Gathering. It's just it's such a cool game. I can't stress enough how much I've enjoyed playing it over the years. Even though I haven't had a lot of time to play it in years, it's still really dope. Played it a lot in college, but after I got married. I love how going back with water on top of these pencils just like allows you to really like just make these nice colors and shapes. So like transformative. I love it. 3 seasons of fun story based off of Heroescape characters. Hell yeah, Ryan. 3 seasons. That's a commitment, my dude. And that predates the relaunch, right? And 3 seasons is kind of an abstract concept. Like you're talking about hours and hours and hours of footage, not to mention the dozens and dozens, maybe probably hundreds of hours of actual recording. I mean, doing this shit with stop motion is like painful to even think about. The fact that you've just been doing it is just so cool. And like I really hope they're leaning heavy on you guy on you because like you that's it's not only is the content exceptional and like the storytelling's fun and but it's just like this you can't fake that and it's such genuine cool shit and an appreciation for the brand and all that it is. I just feel like it would be a major missed opportunity for them not to lean on you as much as possible. You can clip that out and send it to him, Ray. Hey, this Carl said this. Random YouTube guy that one time did a video with you guys. Just make business decisions off of it for sure. 250,000 photos is a lot of fucking photos, right? That's what it takes to do stop motion, though. 250,000 photos. Holy crap! That's a lot, bro. Man, this song's got like boss fight energy for sure. About to roll up in like a Double Dragons boss or like a Contra alien or something. So we've come a long way since the last pick. Let's see. How's that look? It's gotta be. So that was last week's image, right? So where we left off last week. Toxic entails. Okay, yesterday was World IBD Day. I have Crohn's, so I'm kind of thankful I'm still around. Bro, Crohn's is no joke. And IBD sucks. I know a lot of people with IBD. Um, yeah, dude, I have a gluten allergy, which is like IBD adjacent, but I don't even think it's a gluten allergy, but I just get a lot of those symptoms when I eat a lot of wheat stuff, but it's not just wheat. I'm fairly certain at this phase that's a pesticide issue. But In the lovely United States, we have great lobbyists for giant companies like Bayer, Monsanto that don't want you to know what's in your food because it's not good for business. So there's some shit in some food, usually in wheat, that especially not organic wheat, that really wrecks my guts. And I don't get to know when it's in there because, technically speaking, it's not an ingredient, according to the United States FDA, of course. Love it when big business money makes health decisions for our people. It's great. Capitalism. I don't know what I'm doing over here. Probably just gonna keep layering shit till it looks better. Hey, you get to become part of the painting there, little creature. I just finished growing all my seeds for all my crops in the house. And inevitably, no matter what I do, I grab these like organic indoor potting soil, bags of soil, and buy shit and seed starter. And like, I don't know where the fuck these little bugs come from, but they're in here every year. And then it's like impossible to get all rid of them. Um, so, anyways, I splatter them onto my painting because it's organic, you know. Got little bug guts over here on the corner. Ah, there's something wrong with me. But that's what makes it all fun, isn't it? I don't want to just be all normal and well adjusted. It's no measure of health or well being to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. I do forget who said that, but it's one of my favorite quotes. My dad told it to me many years ago. It has stuck with me. Whenever I just feel like I'm a little too weird, just remember that like it's probably a good thing to be abnormal and strange in a society that's all fucked up. I love it all the same though. I really love people and diversity of culture and thoughts and ideas and inevitably creativity and all the ways it manifests through people and their experiences in life. What could be more human and cool than that? Just thought it might be fun to add a little purple light coming in from that direction there. See where it takes us. Take it easy, Ryan. Enjoy yourself, sir. Thank you for stopping by, man. I always appreciate it. The bug is part of the art. He volunteered himself as sacrifice. Being different is the best. Hey, you don't want a bunch of clone human beings, all the same ideas running around. That wouldn't be exciting. And Toxic, do me a favor and just go like and follow Tales from Valhalla. Just click on his profile. He does some really cool stuff, man. Really cool animation. You might find it inspiring. And the storytelling, maybe it gives you some thoughts on a different way to approach some of your stuff. You never know. But Ryan's a really good dude. I've known him for a little while now. Not sure if y'all are gonna, yeah, cool. I'll do it this way for a minute. I just like to manipulate the canvas a bit. Kind of just make this sort of flow out this way a little better. Let's see. I grab a lighter pinkish, oh, this little lilac. Is that what this is called? There it is, lilac. Look at me, color expert. Looks like a nice lilac to me. So I'll go back with a little bit of water and blend this in some more. I'll probably come in with a nice bright solid marker at some point. Now you know. You've learned colors tonight. See, this is educational. Nailed it. Just breaking shit on my desk. You stand up my super sweet 2x4. I think I pulled this out of the wall when I was renovating part of my pantry the other day. So yeah, we'll keep that. It could be useful for something. And here it is. It holds my window open and holds my art up. high-tech technology repurposed 2x4 from the wall. Yeah, this purple's definitely... It's just adding a little more character, you know? That's what we want it. Just want it to be cool, you know? Feel real cute. Yeah, starting to work, fam. It's probably too big. Trying to be overzealous with that brush. Alright, so yeah, let's just see what happens when I just pull some lines off the side here. I'm deliberately trying to just go fast. Well, the rush, uh, what I mean more or less when I say go fast is that like I just don't want to get caught up in me obsessing over the details, and I just want to keep moving through it. Sometimes I'll get like terrified of like messing it up. So I don't mean like rushing it like I'm in a hurry, but I mean more like not being afraid to continuously just keep moving forward. Just keep picking the brush up and putting it down. Keep finding a different place to move the thing forward. Because if I don't, sometimes it's easy to get stuck. And, you know, if you're stuck, it's not good. If shit ain't moving, it's a problem. Toxic, did I tell you my brother has a YouTube channel? But he focuses on he's a chef, so he cooks all kinds of wild stuff. And this is called the backyard. It's called the camping kitchen, and he's got this like set up in his backyard where he makes like really dope food, and he's a real character. So it's definitely a cool show. You should look it up. Camping Kitchen, Aristotle, like the philosopher. You'll be able to find him on YouTube. He's got 4 or 5 episodes, 4 or 5 seasons of his show. He'll shoot 5 or 6 and produce them and put them out. Maybe more than that. Maybe like 10 per season. I'm not 100% sure. They are fun though. You should check it out. Oh, that makes sense. Something to me sometimes when I'm building cars and trucks and stuff. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, dude, when you're building something, sometimes you just gotta like, oh, will that work or does this work? And you just keep kind of flowing, you know? You almost have to like turn off a part of your brain to let the creativity just kind of take over. Hey, it's starting to work. I'm always surprised when it doesn't suck. It always makes me laugh. Probably gonna need to blend some white back in there. But I feel like it's coming together nicely. Yeah, I'm trying to. That's the point. I'm just trying to keep pushing it. Eventually, it'll look very 3D. You know, you just keep pushing the illusion of three-dimensional space, right? It's essentially, that's always kind of heavily a part of my art style. I like the idea of just like the face just sort of has all these sort of chunky cracks and crevices to kind of help this guy move his little wooden face around. Just got reminded of your old YouTube channel, my very first one, I had original Okay, I started wanting to record my gameplay, not gonna lie. I also some unreleased stuff coming soon because I've forgotten about this stuff, not gonna lie. Well, that's cool. I like it, man. Well, thanks, man. You like my art style, huh? I don't even know what my art style is sometimes, and just put some art in it. Get colorful. And think about just being creative. Let's see. What was it? It's almost time for the. It's almost 8:30. So I did this before, which I thought was cool. I would like brush the brush up with some of this, and then apply it. All right, let's see. I had to change that. I can't just sit like that all day. So I do this a lot where I move positions quite frequently throughout the day. I don't know either. That's why it's amazing. Hey, I couldn't realize out of everything who came to that school year, you're the only person that understood how it is building stuff on your own and trying stuff and having passion for building. Yeah, building the unknown and not afraid to show the world how to do and not worrying about what others think. Yeah, well, that's true, man. And just that's part of the thing is just the getting past the fear of even trying to put yourself out there and the judgment and, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, or you're so cringe and all that shit. Like, you get past all that and you just don't care, and you can just make things for yourself. And that's when the opportunities to grow and expand, and you never know who you're going to influence or what person's going to see you doing a thing, and next thing you know, it's like opportunities that happen for you, you know? And it's like in school they teach you like you're either smart or you're stupid. You either, you do great in these classes and you're this, that, or whatever, or like you're a failure, like, oh, you didn't get an A on this, so you must be dumb. And it's like there's not one way to learn or one way to be successful or one way to have purpose in life or one way to fulfill yourself and be happy. Like, it's all a spectrum. And I guess I just hate that. So whenever I talk to kids, I just like to share some passion. I think that's a great word, passion. Um, I've been, like I said, I shoot this podcast and I talk to some of the most impressive people in the world that have done some really amazing creative things. And the thing that keeps coming up podcast after podcast is passion, man. Like, find what sets your fire and just lose yourself in that for a few years. See how that does, what happens when like you just learn and learn and learn and aren't afraid of what someone thinks or if you're good or bad or if you could be better, and you're just like, how do I just get obsessed with a thing to like really understand the depths and knowledge of it and become a guru in this thing. And you'd be hard pressed to find someone who does that, really throws themselves into something and doesn't manage to do at least something impressive, something that's like viable that you could build a career on if you wanted to, or just even just a living, And it's like, I know if I was in your generation, Toxic, it would be really hard for me to get motivated about joining this like crazy rigged system to work some job that I probably will hate for my whole life. I couldn't even do it, when I was your age. Like, I had to start my own company. Like, I never really had a job. Like, I quit my last job when I guess I was a little older than you, but like 22, I think. I mean, I know you're not 20 yet, but still, man, it's searching for something that makes you get excited to get out of bed every day is always a good idea. And I love to tell people this when I talk, but like, I do well for myself and I have a nice life, and it is definitely stressful and has its positives and negatives like anybody else's, and any other decision you will make in life will point you in one direction or the other and has cause and effects and consequences and limitations and opportunities and everything in between. But growing up, my brothers didn't do very well in school, both of them, and they struggled a lot. And the conventional wisdom was like, oh well, they will never do good in life because they didn't go to college and they didn't do good in school, and they both do extremely well, have very successful businesses in the restaurant space, and really nice lives and lots of nice things, and they probably make more money than most of the successful smart kids I went to school with, that like went on to become lawyers and business people and that sort of stuff. They do just as well as any of them, if not better, I'm sure, and definitely better than a few of them for sure. So there's no metric on what ends up making you successful. But what I have seen over and over again when talking to successful people is that applying real passion, unfakeable, like, I love this shit, to any career, any objective, any way you're interacting in society adds tremendous value and allows you to really do things and get an edge on any competition. You can't fake passion. You can't fake actually giving a shit about the things you're working on. And that goes a really long way. So stay passionate. and I'm not trying to tell you don't do your best in school. I'm just saying don't let whether or not you're doing great in school, crush you. Like my brothers can't read and write like I can. They can't write multi-page proposals and complicated things and whatever, but they know their craft and they crush it. And that's allowed them to develop really strong relationships and financial means to hire people to do all the shit that they don't know. Um, but the risk taking and the charisma and the caring about the thing you work in and understanding it deeply and having a passion and a love for your craft, however that manifests, like I said, is not fakeable. You just have to have enough acumen and support to be able to handle the business side of things. It's not one-sided. Like you can't completely neglect the business side of things as you evolve and get more into things. Like, and if you aren't able to do that, you need to find someone to partner with, find someone to help with that sort of stuff. But that is neither side works without each other. You got to have that nice balance of business acumen and understanding with the real passion for the art or for the work, for the craft or whatever it is. It could be spreadsheets and accounting, and it could be making food, and it could be working on a vehicle and making content for the internet and the masses to enjoy about working on a vehicle, whatever your thing is, man. So just gotta stay motivated. The risk is like a leap of faith that you need to have in yourself, be able to do stuff. Yeah, it is a leap of faith. But it's a leap of faith that everyone, you know, if they have the privilege of being in the space to take the leap of faith, right? There's a lot of things that go into that, right? You need to be able to have a support system. You need to be able to like, what happens if you fail, right? Like, you know, if you don't make enough money in time, like you got to be able to pay your bills. You got to be able to like not get evicted or whatever that situation is. So the more lean you can set your life up, and the more you can lean on relationships that you have, right? That like maybe family, maybe really close friends, maybe you pull together all your resources with your homies and get a spot right when you're 18 and everyone pays their fair share and you guys live modestly so you can make your dreams come true or whatever that is, but like you've got to be smart about it. And then you just got to grow, just keep growing. I didn't make a meaningful living for over a decade easily with any of my endeavors. And I just lived very, very modestly with my wife and with her family for a long time. And we just sort of kept figuring it out along the way. And now we both do very well. We still have our struggles like anybody. I still worry about money like anybody. Like we're not on that tier, but I get to work from home every day, and it's a beautiful thing. So, well, it is 8:30, friends, and I am trying to keep a work-life balance. And at the end of the day, this is still work adjacent enough to where I have to manage it appropriately. But man, I'm freaking having fun with this. Like, I have no stress or anxiety about pulling this thing out every week and making cool fucking art, which is kind of cool. Give me 1 second, friend. Microphone. Where is my fucking microphone? There it is. All right, let me blend these last couple lines. Then I'll call it for the night. Be back next week, Toxic. I don't think I'm taking the night off for any reason. Um, And thank you for coming out, man. I really appreciate just having someone to, chat with and bounce ideas off of and feedback and, hell, I'm happy to even give you advice and mentor you a little bit in whatever the world you're experiencing. So, yeah, man. Were you on the stream the other week when some kid jumped in the thing in like his high school physics class over in Australia? I just was like, what is going on, kid? Get back to school. He ain't been back since, but whatever. I just thought that was fun. But also ridiculous. I can't even imagine. We used to get in trouble if we had like, headphones or a cell phone even like on you. And that was back before they even had the internet on cell phones. Now kids are just watching live streams in the middle of class. Shit's bananas. Working at home is pretty cool, Toxic. I cannot complain about working from home. Been blessed to be able to build a nice life doing that. And yeah, it's really cool. It's been really cool. My wife and I both run our businesses from our house. She's got 2 nonprofits now. She's doing big things in the world of helping people, which is beautiful. And I volunteer for a nonprofit that I also help run. I did not start. It started in the 70s. But anyways, that's details and stories for another day. I could keep going on this thing all night, but I need to take a break for the week. I've been working on the other piece a bit too, just because I like the idea of being able to just do some art. I like to do some art. Just while sometimes I just get on calls and I look like I'm taking notes. I'm doing art. Yeah. Oh God, that's great. Especially if I'm not the only one on the call. So if it's just me, I don't do that. But I'm on a group call, usually doing art while other people are talking. It's more fun that way. I think we need some actual green on this. Well, we're getting there with this weird ass drawing. Who lets me just get up on the internet and just draw weird shit for hours? Alright, wrapping it up. Thanks for jumping in, Toxic. It's good seeing Ryan as well over at Tales from Valhalla. And yeah, had fun making a little art. And I'll work on this some more next week. Eventually. Eventually it'll be done. I used to do a whole piece every night, but this is a different vibe. Going slow and steady, right? Why be in a hurry? I like that idea, Toxic. Yeah, it's super funny drawing. There's a fucking woodpecker and this tree faces the head, and he seems happy about it. Like, yeah, man, sounds good. Hit me up anytime. You got me on the old Discord. And everybody, join me on Discord, Colorful Carl. I have a server too, so if you add me, you can get on the server, or you can go straight to my website, colorfulcarl.com, and join my Discord server. So you can chat me up anytime there. And yeah, good seeing everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you checking out the stream. Colorfulcarl.com. Hit me up anytime if you want some prints of any of my art. And I will see y'all next week. Take it easy.